here for the opening evening of Mosaic Revival, Free Contemporary Expressions. And this exhibition brings together the works of three internationally acclaimed mosaic artists, Daryl Lynwood, Lillian Brocker, and Maria Abag. Shining the spotlight on this ancient medium, these artists challenge the viewer's perception of what a mosaic is. We are really excited to be here today, finally, for the opening reception for Mosaic Revival. It's taken many months of extensive planning, 2 weeks of installation, and lots of hard work from all of the artists and our team to put this together. It's really a very unique exhibition for our space. As a non-profit organization, to be able to show work of such scale and caliber for free is a real honor, and we're so glad to be welcomed with all of these wonderful international artists.
I am extremely excited to be here with two other artists who have exhibited, like me, solo exhibitions in other museums and galleries, but we never did it together. For me, it's very exciting, and for them too, because you can see the different styles that are in one room, and that proves that mosaics is so versatile, and we each do our own style depending on our life experience and even perhaps psychological awareness. And as I look around, I say, wow, this is pretty amazing. It's all contemporary, and yet it's a material that is very ancient. My style has always been the same. It's narrative and it's figurative, because I love storytelling, and especially with mosaics. The beauty of mosaic is that it's glass. This is opaque glass, and light is reflected in it, and because of the reflection, figures come alive. I have always championed and profiled women, particularly courageous women, who went out on a limb to actually succeed in all their endeavors, and they did. They came out victorious. My message is always empowerment, for women's empowerment, and to push the envelope and to do something which has not been done before. All these ladies are pushing the envelope too, in a different way. Through telling stories of brave women heroes in all my mosaic series, I relay a message of empowerment to contemporary women. Today, all of us have the potential to reach deep inside ourselves and find an inner strength required for great deeds, just as my protagonists did, and they were in much more difficult patriarchal societies. As for the mosaics' monumental sizes that you could see there, well, in art history you may have noticed that the works of women artists and women's stories are usually associated with the domestic, the intimate, and the small, as if women dared not to take up valuable space and time. So I expressly desire that these stories of women should take up space and time, and more importantly, room should be made for female achievements.
I'm just so excited for people to actually experience this journey that's created on the walls. I'm so excited for you to go from a contemporary classical mosaic of monumental size to cutting edge contemporary by Maria, and then I'm a bit experimental.
Can you tell us a few things about the materials you are using in your artwork, mosaic artwork?
I see things in two ways. For example, if I'm going to do a mosaic for a church, then I would choose traditional materials. I would use smalty and I would use gold because of the historical significance of the story that I'm trying to tell. But on the other hand, if I'm walking along the beach and I see the textures and shapes and colors of the pebbles and the way the waves create impressions in the sand, then I will use the materials themselves to give me the inspiration for the piece. So I call it mind and matter. Either I'm using the material to express the idea I already have, or the materials themselves inspire me to do the mosaic. For example, here, this is done about the beach, and it has pebbles, etc. in it. I love to experiment a lot, so I've been bending plexiglass since 2006, and so I bent these pieces of plexiglass to look like waves, but they were inspired by nacho chips. I found lava rocks, and I had some jewelry with me, so I cut it some Van Gogh glass and a bit of smalty. But basically, I just had to be inventive, and it was all quite random. But in the end, I think it created a harmonious mosaic.
How your participation in an international exhibition influenced your future artwork?
Well, I just love the ancient root of mosaics. I've been a big fan of Lillian Braca forever when I met her a long time ago. And I just think it's such an ancient language. And I went to Turkey for a conference in Cyprus and, all over. And I just love how old this root is. And then it's exciting to see how it now is evolved into contemporary art.
What do you hope that the audience will take away from your artwork, mosaic artwork?
I have a huge hope. My hope is that people will really enjoy the journey that's on these walls. I really hope that they'll see this world-class contemporary classical mosaic of Lillian, and then the cutting-edge contemporary work of Maria, and then my work. I just think it's a journey, and it tells a lot of the story about this ancient root I'm talking about being brought forward into the present, contemporary art. And there's just not a lot of mosaic knowledge on the West Coast here. So I always think the Italians never made it over the Rockies. So, so I'm very hopeful that they'll, for my little granddaughter that's coming, she will never see something like this unless she goes to Europe.
And to have an opportunity like this to share it with, in our hometown with everyone, to be able to showcase the beauty, the versatility, it's a very big thing. And we thank you all very, very much for being here. It's a big thrill for me to be able to exhibit with Lillian Braca and Daryl Lynwood. So, very big day for us, yeah.
Your work reflects deeply personal experiences. How do you translate complex emotions into the rigid structure of mosaic?
Oh, great question. I actually feel like mosaics lend themselves very well to be able to portray emotion because of the texture and the ability to reflect light and to cast shadows and the ability to show movement. It works really well. Like for this piece, for example, it's called Turbulence. It's about going through turbulent times, and I wanted to evoke that emotion of, being tossed around and not really sure where you're going to end up. So I created undulations, and I made the glass follow those undulations, and yeah, that's how it goes.
You've both exhibited in Canada and France.
In Europe, mosaics have played such an important role throughout history that people are very familiar with both the traditional and the contemporary mosaic arts. In Canada, people are most familiar with the traditional, contemporary not so much, so it's a bit more novel, less mainstream. It's very beautiful materials to work with and to experiment with, and I like to cut them in different ways, position them in different ways, so it lends itself very well to creativity and being able to try different things. Because we have 3 different styles here, very, very different styles. What I hope people will come and see and, what the possibilities are and, really come to appreciate the beauty that is mosaic art and maybe even try a little bit of their own. So that would be great, just to kind of make it more mainstream.
I'm really extremely proud and honored to be here with my mom, Daryl Lynwood. My mom started doing mosaics as early as when I broke a very expensive piece of pottery in a local bookstore, and rather than my mom chastising me and getting angry with me, she picked up the pieces, paid for it, brought it home, and turned it into a work of art that hung on our wall. And it's been, as her daughter, it's been incredible to watch her journey as an artist as she's matured with her mosaics, to see her gain inspiration from other fellow artists. It's an incredible honor, I know, for my mom to be showing with Lily and Braca today, and Maria as well. This mix of old world homage to techniques that have been around for hundreds of years, blending so beautifully with modern expression. And I just am thrilled to be here and honored to be your daughter. Thank you so much for all your inspiration. And with my daughter as well.
My name is Susie. I'm from Montreal and I traveled here for my sister-in-law's exhibition, Maria. She is not only an incredible artist, but she is an incredible soul. And her expression of art is really very soulful, sensitive, and expressive. She continues to grow as an artist, and every piece gives me the chills because it's just more incredible than the last, and her creativity is endless. So I'm happy to be here and to see all the other artists and to share in this beautiful day.